She was born in chains, but she broke them, one link at a time, not just for herself, but for hundreds who followed her into the darkness, praying they'd live long enough to see the morning. Some called her a ghost. Slaveholders called her a criminal. History calls her Harriet Tubman. Born Araminta Ross around 1822 in Maryland, she was enslaved from the very breath of birth. Her childhood wasn't toys and lullabies. It was beatings, cold floors, and watching her family torn away one by one. By age 5, she was hired out to strangers, whipped when the baby cried. She bore scars she never chose and never healed. A single moment changed everything. Around age 12, she tried to protect another enslaved man. The overseer's iron weight slammed into her head. She collapsed, and when she rose, something inside her had shifted forever. The injury left her with narcolepsy and visions. Dreams she believed were whispers from God, messages of a mission. She married John Tubman, a free black man. But marriage did not mean safety. Her enslaver died, and she was to be sold. That night, she made a decision: freedom or death. She fled with her brothers, only for them to turn back in fear. She walked on, alone, through woods, rivers, and thorns, guided by starlight, risking hounds, bullets, and betrayal. After 90 miles, she crossed into Pennsylvania, free, but freedom tasted bitter, because her family still wore chains. She worked as a cook and cleaner, saved every coin, not to build a life, but to go back. Her first rescue, her niece and her children. Quiet as shadows, they crept north, and they made it. That success lit a fire. She went again and again, 13 times. Through darkness, swamps, bounty hunters, bloodhounds. She became known as Moses, the woman who never lost a passenger. But this wasn't just about freedom. It was a war, and Harriet was leading an army of the invisible. She carried a gun, not to harm, but to ensure no one gave up. She used spirituals as secret codes. Baby cries were silenced with opiates. Journeys were taken only by moonlight. Then, the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 made the North unsafe. Even freed people could be captured. So Harriet changed routes, now leading people all the way to Canada. Slave owners put $40,000 on her head, but no one ever caught her. Harriet met allies: William Still, Frederick Douglass, Martha Coffin Wright. She became more than a guide. She was a strategist, a whisper in the dark, a force in the underground. Then she met John Brown, the radical abolitionist. She helped plan his infamous Harper's Ferry raid. Though illness kept her from participating, Brown called her one of the bravest persons on this continent, and he wasn't wrong. When the Civil War broke out, Harriet found a new battlefield. She became a Union spy, scout, and nurse. In 1863, she led the Combahee River Raid, the first woman to lead a U.S. military operation. That night, more than 700 enslaved people were freed. Many joined the Union Army. She didn't just lead men to freedom, she led them to fight for it. After the war, she settled in Auburn, New York, married Nelson Davis, adopted a daughter, and opened a home for the elderly. She spoke for women's rights, stood with Susan B. Anthony, and traveled to raise her voice, even though she couldn't write her own name. In 1913, her body gave in. Pneumonia took her in the home she built with love. Her final words? "I go to prepare a place for you." She was buried with military honors, a hero of 2 wars.
Thank you for watching this powerful story of courage and resilience. If you were moved by this untold journey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories that history tried to forget, but we remember. Only on Untold Lives USA.